is Claude Fournier, a performer. The vision has been a part of my life since I was born. So it's always been there, and I've always found ways of challenging to get around it. And so music has been a very large part of that. I've had that since I was, very small. So the eSight has helped a lot in my music, especially. Actually, I first saw the eSight on the Mo Rock show Innovation Nation, and had a segment on the eSight, and I thought, whoa, what an idea having the monitors right on your eyes. So after that, I was able to regain some information on it through Bob McGillivray from the Carroll Center for the Blind. Bob had called me and said that you'd like to try the eSight for a week. And I jumped on that opportunity. I have the eSight for a solid week. And each day I used it for different things in my music. I had to try different levels of magnification. And I was surprised that it was, there's up to 25, of course, but I only had to go to level 5 or 6 to even get to the smallest pieces of music, which I thought was amazing right off. Me in particular is that once in a while a musician has to look down at his hands to make to find adjustments, and especially when he's learning the piece. Well, with the eSight, I was able to have the eSight on to read the music, and at times look down when I needed to adjust. So the learning of the pieces became a bit easier. I was able to read things I've never read before. I could magnify, of course, I could magnify it big enough that it'll be two or three measures. But with the eSight, with the magnifications the way it is, and the lighting that I could work with, I can read half a page if I need to, or at least 2 or 3 lines of music, which is considerably more than what I was able to read before. I'm doing performances and I'm able to read the room. Before that, I had not been able to do anything like that, and it makes me a better musician overall. I really liked the way it was able to enhance, especially the music. For me, the music was the most important thing. I was very excited for the future of my musical career, in that, the eSight gave me a different dimension to work with in my music, and as I said, a quantum leap in the ability for a legally blind person to go further in life. For musicians who are legally blind or of visual impairment, you got to keep playing. You got to keep playing and finding new music to play. I like a large range of music. For me, I could start with Scott Joplin with the rag. I got the tenor, and I go on to Frank Sinatra and Gershwin and Cole Porter, and then you go on. You learn more. The eSight for me is a quantum leap in visual abilities. Everything is in there, and I think it's an amazing device.
eSight is clinically proven and worn by thousands of people who are legally blind with conditions including macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, Stargardt's disease, and many others. Visit eSightEyewear.com to learn more.